Okay riders, exciting news from Kawasaki with the announcement of a range of 500s encompassing the Ninja 500, Z500 and technically an Eliminator 500. But I think some of you are going to be surprised, if not outright disappointed, with what we've seen not included over the outgoing 400s. Now I'm still waiting for a Versys-X 400 and was somewhat surprised to see an Eliminator 500 mentioned, but as it turns out these bikes are all just running the 451cc engine we've already seen in the Eliminator announced previously. So the Eliminator 500 is in essence just the Eliminator 450 or the Eliminator as we see it called here in Australia. Also taking a look at the Kawasaki Australia website, I'm not sure if we'll be seeing the 500s in 2024, as the 2024 Ninja 400 is already listed for instance, so we'll have to wait and hear on that one. The announcement I found isn't in English either, so I've had to rely on Google Translate and information is still very limited as far as the full tech rundown and figures, so here's what I can gather so far. The 451cc engine is as stated the Eliminator power plant and its main advantage is more torque, which is likely to be by design as the 400 versions are already hitting the A2 and LAM's limits essentially in Europe and Australia respectively. Not having the ride-by-wire and ride modes, it's a good bet that Kawasaki want to keep these bikes in a beginner-friendly form as standard, and more torque is no doubt more welcome to most riders rather than peak power when you're just bouncing off the limiter essentially. After all, that's what made the Ninja 400 and Z400 such a success. Here in Australia, the new 451cc parallel twin in the Eliminator is claimed to produce 45 PS at 9,000 RPM and 42.6 Nm of torque at 6,000 RPM. To put that into perspective, the current Ninja 400 already claims 48 PS and 37 Nm. It's fair to guess they might tune the new Ninja 500 and Z500 a little more aggressively on power of course, but we currently don't know. We also see a TFT display in some of the images provided, however that's only on the special edition Ninja 500 and Z500. The base models still retain the old school LCD display. What's a little more eye-catching is also the keyless switch on the triple of the SE models and USB-C port, where the standard looks to take a regular old key. The other big point of note is of course the styling updates for both the Ninja 500, which moves closer to the ZX-10R in looks, and the Z500, which also gets an update in the looks department, but seems a little more subtle in comparison, although the actual light in the headlight is now much more compact, so if you're looking at that it's quite a change. Special edition extras will also vary by market apparently, but could include a smoke screen, radiator guard, engine guards, rear cowl and tank protectors, with the lower cowl fitted to the Z500 SEs in the pictures. It's unclear if that's standard though. Both models will come in a base metallic spark black, with the Z500 SE getting candy persimmon red or candy lime green options. The Ninja 500 SE in comparison gets the lime green, which is basically the KRT colour scheme, alongside a metallic matte dark grey. What hasn't changed is the brakes, suspension, chassis, and it seems like the ergonomics will be pretty similar too. I think some expected the next update, well, this update, to take the bikes in a very different direction. Maybe full electronics packages, upgraded USD forks, upgraded brakes as well. As a Ninja 400 owner though, who also owns a Sparkbill 401, I will say I don't think the fancy suspension and brakes on the Husqvarna, which is mirrored on the KTM 390s, really makes for a significantly better bike, at least for me at 70 to 75 kilos as a rider. The lack of electronic rider aids is something though that could be a big want on the list for many more cautious new riders and is a boon, but is it really necessary? I don't know on that one. With competition like KTM packing more and more into their bikes for similar if not more competitive prices, I do think Kawasaki need to be careful on that front, especially if we see a big price spike with the new 500s. If we get a full rundown on the specs and inclusions, I will do another video, but that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you think this is a winning move and what you'd pay for a 500 over the current 400s. Stay safe out there, and if you're still here, throw me a like. Thanks for watching.